What do you mean it got denied?
Wasn't enough storm damage.
No, dude, there were hail hits and wind damage all over their thing. There's no way that roof got denied.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Are you serious? Listen, like sometimes things happen, man. Everything doesn't go into plan according to plan in the roofing industry. So after you've broken a few plates, kicked a few tree stumps, and thrown a fit that your roof got denied, let's take a second, calm down, and talk about the next potential steps, because every circumstance is different, and the avenues in which you pursue potentially still arguing with the insurance company are really determined by those situations. Like for example, to kind of pull back the veil on the roofing industry a little bit, there are some situations where we file claims that we don't feel super confident those are going to be approved, but understand why. These situations are the homeowner's discretion on what they choose. As a roofing company, our job is not to make a decision for you. Our job is to tell you what we see and what we identify as storm damage on the roof. So when we get off a roof that has marginal damage, we'll come down and we'll tell the homeowner, hey, listen, like you do have some roofing issues going on your roof. Maybe you've got a exposed nails and leaky pipe boots, or maybe you've got some ridge vent that's blown off, but it's not enough storm damage to where we feel super confident the roof's going to get paid for. All we're going to do is present you with the information, and then you make the determination on if you feel that you are justified in filing a claim or not. In those situations, your next step really kind of determines on how much of a fight you want to put up, because you can call for a reinspect if your roof has been denied by the adjuster. And essentially that just resets the clock and starts the process again. They send another adjuster out to inspect the property. But given those circumstances, if we weren't super confident the roof should have been paid for, it's up to the homeowner on whether or not they want to continue that fight and continue to try to get that roof paid for. The next situation you encounter is maybe that the roof has enough damage and the roofing contractor feels confident that it should be paid for, and the adjuster just disagreed. Because the truth is, every adjuster is a little bit different, and while they do stick to certain standards, they are humans, and there are variable differences in the way different adjusters look at a roof. You may have a roof that one adjuster says absolutely not, heck no, and another adjuster looks at that roof and says, yep, 100%, let's get this thing paid for. And you really never know. It's kind of luck of the draw on who's going to get assigned your claim. Typically, your local roofing company, if they've done enough roofs, they have a sense on how each adjuster looks at the roof. And it could be the adjusters from the same insurance company, but have completely different viewpoints on how they look at roofs. So in those situations, it may make sense to ask for a reinspection if your contractor feels that the inspector just did not give a fair assessment. Because that is a reality that happens out there. And in those situations, I can't tell you how many times we've gotten a roof approved. After initially it was denied, we asked for a reinspect, and then the next adjuster came out and approved it. So it is a reality that happens. It's not some far-fetched dream. It's not a Hail Mary. But it really is determined by how much damage is on your roof and if there is enough damage up there to realistically and logically justify the insurance company buying that roof because of storm damage. And the third option is that the roof getting approved was a long shot anyway. Typically we try to avoid these, but there are circumstances in which we do our roof assessment, we tell the homeowner we don't feel like there's enough storm damage to justify a replacement, but that they do need a new roof, because storm damage isn't the only thing that causes a need for roof replacements. Oftentimes it's just age, wear and tear. Different things can cause the roof to deteriorate. Maybe you've got a ton of algae. Heck, maybe the roof's 20 years old and you don't like the color anymore. There's all different kinds of reasons that homeowners want to replace their roofs. And so sometimes, even though we don't feel like there's enough storm damage, the homeowner says, you know what, I'm going to flip a coin, I'm going to take a shot and just see if I can get lucky, and they pay for it. In those situations, I never really recommend filing for a reinspection because, again, it was a long shot in the first place. But in those situations, if they filed the claim and the adjuster expectedly comes out and denies the roof, really your last remaining options there are to wait on the next storm to come through and hope that it causes enough damage, or to going the retail route, potentially even financing your roof to keep a lower out-of-pocket cost for yourself, and then just kind of move on. Because although we have options and places to fight, sometimes you just lose. And it's rare for us generally as a company, because we only file claims that we feel confident are going to get paid for. We don't get a lot of roofs denied, but it does happen. And in those situations, if the roof has still got enough age in it to make it through, and hopefully you get hit with a 3-inch hailstorm next year, in those situations, that's really your best option. But if your roof's already deteriorated and also already causing issues, then looking at a financing option may be a good avenue for it. So hopefully when they come out and do your reinspection, it gets approved. And if that does happen, be sure to watch this video, because it's going to give you the next steps in the process and what to expect from there on out. Otherwise, I hope you found this video informative. Be sure to like the video, share the video, help us grow this channel, because we're uploading very informative content on a weekly basis, and we want to try to get as many eyes on it as possible to help as many people as we can. We appreciate you.